Everybody, and welcome back to Sports Dungeon. I'm your host, Lauren Tepper. Well, the man sitting next to me, you may know him, you may not know him, but I'm sure you've seen him at a ball game sitting in the crowd. Because let me tell you what, it doesn't matter who's playing, whether it's the Pioneers, it's the Bergman Panthers, it's whomever. Mr. Curtis is there rooting on. There's nothing more than he loves to watch is a good basketball game. Doesn't necessarily care about who wins or loses, just wants to see a quality basketball game. But today we're here to talk about 5K. Mr. Curtis, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Lauren.
And the respect factor, Mr. Curtis, I mean, you're an icon in the community, and you've made a very good presence with your boys, raised them to be quality men, and I appreciate what you've done for them.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we are very proud of the boys, and of course they're going on to higher heights and different things. And so we're just excited about what's going on. And Caleb, of course, finishing up his last year here at the college, and still trying to debate on what he really wants to do. He's got 4 or 5 different areas that he wants to go into, and different colleges, and so he's kind of out scouting around. He's been traveling around a few colleges, going around different places, and just trying to decide which way he wants to go. I
talked to him a few days ago, saw him, kind of asked him what he had planned to do. And, you know, he's, and what I'm going to say, this is not anything nobody has never told you. Undersized, slow, you know, how's he going to guard the big guy? You know, what can he do for me? You know, I don't need these 6'2" guys that, you know, who are slow, wanting to play forward, or a big man. You know, I don't have a spot for him, but, you know, I'll give you a tryout. As soon as they get him on the floor, they find out that, holy cow, you got to find. He can guard the guy that's bigger than him. You know, he has the intangibles built inside to make him successful. And I talked to Jerry Thomason, and when he went to North Ark, I asked Jerry, I says, you know, is he going to have a chance to play? He says, you know what? He says, the one thing I can find about Caleb is that I know what I'm going to get from the time he comes on the floor to the time practice is over and in the game time. The guy comes on, gives everything he's got on the floor, and leaves it there.
That's right.
And I know what I'm getting day in and day out from him.
That's right. He's 100% from the word go. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think, you know, a 6'2" guy with his size and his build is going to be a little bit slow, but he can hustle with the best of them. And,
that's right.
And he just spent so many years in high school doing the post position and never did really just step out and do all of his potential. So he's, you know, getting into the developing stage now where he's, you know, trying to develop into the different person that he's had to become. Mm-hmm. In order to play the ball. And, of course, the North Ark done real well for him. He started
every game.
Both years, first year, and that was quite an accomplishment, going around the floor the first time and being a starter every game and this past year also. So we're real proud of him.
And Jerry has nothing but raving things to say about Caleb. Wish they all come in and work like Caleb and did the things that needed to be successful. Because and I'll say this, being a guy who works at the scores table there and doing the announcing and whatever we're doing, I've heard plenty of radio guys who are doing the teams that are coming into play say, I'd take Caleb Curtis on my team anytime. Just the way he hustles, the ball ends up in his hand, does the things that he needed. But we didn't come here to talk about the boys. Let's talk a little bit about you got an event coming up here on May 7th. Is that right?
We have a 5K run walk on May 7th. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, rain or shine. We're trying to raise the funds for an orphanage in Africa. I was there in Africa, in Tanzania, Southeast Africa, in December. Mm-hmm. And I went to visit an orphanage there, and it was a building that was about 15 by 15. Just an old, crumbly, run-down building. And the woman that had taken it upon herself to start this orphanage was running about 60 kids there. No child over 8 years old.
Wow.
And these children had no place to sleep at night. They would come there in the morning and have a little bit of food, a little cake, rice cake of some kind, maybe some kind of a piece of bread. And then in the late evening time, they would have some other little kind of a little soup or something. And then after that, they would have to leave and go find them a place to sleep in the street. Now we're talking, 6, 7, and 8-year-old children. sleep in an alleyway, sleep in a doorway, sleep under a tree, wherever they could find. So I promised her then, when I saw that, she said, we've never had any help. Nobody's ever come here. You're the first one ever come. And so me being a big softy on stuff like that, I've spent many years in the mission field. And so I told her then, I said, somehow, some way, we're going to help you, you know. Mm-hmm. We want to build a decent sized orphanage and supply it with the beds that the kids can have somewhere to sleep and have some water inside and a restroom inside and have a facility where they can just, halfway live, and so they don't have to leave anymore, and they can have a home.
So you're holding this 5K. Your goal is, you said, to raise $18,000 by the end of June.
Yes.
Is that right? And this happens to be one of the events that you're putting on, is this huge 5K. Where are you going to hold the 5K at?
It's going to be at the Harrison Parks. I think where they hold most of the run walks, and it starts at, like I say, 9 o'clock in the morning, rain or shine, and we're looking for a really great turnout because we're getting phone calls, looking for sponsors, looking for just donations. A lot of people, hey, I don't want to run, but
I'll give you some money.
Here's $1 million. Yeah.
Well, that would be bad, $1 million, wouldn't it? That'd take care of a whole lot of.
That'd take care of a lot of stuff, and the thing is, the land down there. We've got a piece of land that'll cost about $1,400, and then to build actually the orphanage will cost around $30,000, somewhere in that area. So we're trying to do that. The $18,000 is another little situation. We're putting on a crusade down there to try to bring in a lot more people and try to show what we're doing down there in the countries. And so many people. The city we're going to down there, Dar es Salaam, has 5 million people in it.
Wow.
And this orphanage wants to have more kids, but they can't handle any more children than the 60 right now, and they're barely doing what they did. When we went to visit them one day, Lauren, they brought us out a little refreshments, and what they fed us was some boiled eggs. I mean, which is okay, but I mean, it's not the normal, maybe a piece of bread or a cake or a cookie or something like that. But to bring out a boiled egg, I thought, well, they're giving the best that they have, because that would be for them, I mean, a complete delicacy for them.
And you feel like you're taking away from them when they, when it's something of their, that they're giving the best that they have for you.
Yes.
For that. So you're going to host it down at the complex. I mean, at the down at the park, Lake Harrison Park. Going to do the normal ring. You're going to start in the junior high parking lot. Going to go around Lake Harrison, come back, then around the soccer fields, and end right there. It's going to be on May 7th, as you said, rain or shine, and the funding. Now, the cost is going to be $20 a person if you register by April 15th, right?
If you register by April 15th, it costs us $20. After April 15th, it'll be $25.
Mm-hmm. What about, you're looking for some help and some support, volunteers?
Yes, we need all the volunteers we can get, all the support, all the backers, anything we can get. I mean, we had a guy the other day said, well, how can I help? I said, any way that you choose. Mm-hmm. If you want to help financially, you want to be there supporting it, you want to be a backer of it, you want to be, whatever you can do, we would welcome anything that people could do.
That seems like a whole lot of fun. Now, how many of you got registered already?
I'm not for sure on the count right now. Our youth director, Rosie Evers, is keeping track of all that, and she was really busy today, so I don't have an up-to-date count, but they are coming in.
That's
right
good.
Now, so.
That's good. Well, we're going to take a short break. We come back, we'll talk a little more about this 5K and what the plans are for these funds. This is a very worthwhile cause of why we're having this 5K run walk. So we'll be right back.